Germany, get ready. The wait is over, the engines are roaring, and the pitches are primed. The Bundesliga is back, with the biggest stars, the biggest clubs, and the biggest rivalries. Bayern Munich, Borussia Dortmund, RB Leipzig, and the rest will clash in a battle for supremacy. From the Allianz Arena to the Signal Iduna Park, the drama, the skill, and the goals will flow. Who will reign supreme in the 2024-2025 season? The excitement begins now. Welcome to the Bundesliga.
Who's the worst team in the league? FC St. Pauli.
Last season for them was a really great campaign, and that's because they were promoted back to the Bundesliga after a 13-year absence. During that season in the two Bundesliga, they had a record of 20 wins, 5 losses, and had 9 draws worth 69 points, and they finished that season as the champions. Since the beginning of the 21st century, the club has been promoted back to the Bundesliga for a total of 3 times, but has been relegated back after each promotion. For this season, I suspect that their promotion to the top level will be short-lived, and they will be relegated back to the second level of football this year.
In 17th place, the second team to be relegated is Holstein Kiel.
They had a wonderful season last year by being promoted to the Bundesliga for their first time in club history. Last season in the two Bundesliga, they had a record of 21 wins, 8 losses, and had 5 draws worth 68 points, and they finished as the runner-up. By them making their debut this season, the team will be the 58th Bundesliga club, and the first team from Schleswig-Holstein. But considering Germany's top-flight history, they return to the top flight after 60 years of absence. The team will also be the most northern club in league history. Now, with this new season, I suspect that they will be relegated back to the second level of football this year.
In 16th place, the final team to be relegated is Heidenheim.
Last year was their debut season in the Bundesliga, which was a really great first season in the league by finishing as a top 10 team. During that season, their record was 10 wins, 12 losses, and had 12 draws worth 42 points, and they finished in 8th place. Since the 2018-2019 season in the second level of football, the club has finished as a top 10 team or better in each season since then. So for the new season, I suspect that the club will be relegated back to the second level of football this year.
In 15th place, FC Augsburg.
They had a better season last year than the previous campaign, which in that season they were very close to being relegated by finishing in 15th. Last season their record was 10 wins, 15 losses, and had 9 draws worth 39 points, and they finished as the 11th place team. Since they were promoted to the top level for the 2011-2012 season, their best finish in that time was 5th place in the 2014-2015 campaign, and since then they haven't placed better than 11th. In the new season, I suspect that they will be in danger of being relegated, which I believe could happen if things don't go right for them this year.
In 14th place, VfL Bochum.
Last season for them wasn't a memorable one at all, and it was their worst season since being promoted back to the Bundesliga for the 2021-2022 campaign. During that season, their record was 7 wins, 15 losses, and had 12 draws worth 33 points, and they finished in 16th place. Also, in that season, they were relegated, but they won the relegation playoff to stay in the top level of football. So I believe that the team will have a little bit better of a season this year, but could still be in danger of being relegated if things don't go right for them.
In 13th place, Union Berlin.
Union Berlin had a horrible disappointing season last year by almost being relegated after having their best ever campaign in the top level of football in the prior season, where they finished in 4th. Last season, their record was 9 wins, 19 losses, and had 6 draws worth 33 points, and they finished in 15th place. With this new season, Union Berlin will be playing in their 6th consecutive Bundesliga season in a row. And that's pretty special for them after making their debut in the league in the 2019-2020 campaign. By all means, I think that they will have a slightly better season this year.
In 12th place, Werder Bremen.
Last season was their first top 10 finish in the Bundesliga since the 2018-2019 campaign. During last season, their record was 11 wins, 14 losses, and had 9 draws worth 42 points, and they finished as the 9th place team. At the moment, the club has been in the Bundesliga for the past 2 seasons, and in club history the team has been relegated twice. And in both occasions they were promoted back to the first tier at the first attempt. By all means, I suspect that this new season for them won't be as good as the prior season.
In 11th place, VfL Wolfsburg.
Last season was a disappointing campaign for them by not finishing as a top 10 team after being a top 10 club in the prior season. Their record last season was 10 wins, 17 losses, and had 7 draws worth 37 points, and they finished in 12th place. The club has been in the Bundesliga since the 1990s, and their only championship in their history came in the 2008-2009 season. So for the new season, I think that they will be a slightly better club and could be a top 10 team if things go right for them this year.
In 10th place, SC Freiburg.
The club has spent the past 8 seasons in the Bundesliga, which is the most in a row in team history. During last season, their record was 11 wins, 14 losses, and had 9 draws worth 42 points, and they finished as the 10th place team. Since they were promoted back to the top level for the 2016-2017 campaign, the team has finished in the top 10 or better in 6 seasons in that time. Freiburg has spent 24 seasons in this top division, with their best result of 3rd place in 1995. In the new season, I believe that they are going to be a top 10 team again this year.
In 9th place, TSG Hoffenheim.
The team has been in the Bundesliga for 16 consecutive seasons in a row, and last season was a nice bounce-back campaign. Their record last season was 13 wins, 14 losses, and had 7 draws worth 46 points, and they finished in 7th place. Since being promoted to the top-tier league in the 2008-2009 season, the team has finished as a top 10 club or better in 9 seasons in that period. So for the new season, I suspect that they will have another top 10 finish or better.
In 8th place, Mainz 05.
Last season wasn't a great campaign at all, but it could have been a lot worse for them. During that campaign, they had a record of 7 wins, 13 losses, and had 14 draws worth 35 points, and they finished in 13th place. Also, that season was challenging for them, as they spent most of it in 17th place. However, the team did improve under coach Bo Henriksen, and then the club went from 16th to 13th place, and that ensured they got to stay in the Bundesliga. This season, I suspect that they will be an improved team, and they should be a top 10 club on the new campaign.
In 7th place, Borussia Mönchengladbach.
Last season was their worst campaign for them since the 2011-2012 season, where in that campaign they were almost relegated. Their record last season was 7 wins, 14 losses, and had 13 draws worth 34 points, and they finished as the 14th place team. Currently, at the moment, the club hasn't finished as a top 10 team or better since the 2020-2021 campaign. So I suspect that the team will have a bounce-back campaign in the new season.
In 6th place, Eintracht Frankfurt.
They had another good season last year by finishing as a top 10 team again. During that campaign, their record was 11 wins, 9 losses, and had 14 draws worth 47 points, and they finished in 6th place. Since they were promoted back to the Bundesliga for the 2012-2013 season, they have had 8 seasons where they finished as a top 10 club or better. So I believe that in the new season that the team will be as good or even better.
In 5th place, VfB Stuttgart.
The team had a fantastic season last year by finishing as the runner-up, and overall that was their best season since the 2006-2007 campaign, where they won the Bundesliga championship. Their record last season was 23 wins, 7 losses, and had 4 draws worth 73 points. In their history, that was their 5th time being the runner-up, and overall in club history, the team has won 5 championships. This season will be their 5th consecutive Bundesliga campaign in a row, and I suspect that they will be one of the top teams in the league this year.
In 4th place, RB Leipzig.
The club had another great season last year by finishing as a top 5 team. Last season, their record was 19 wins, 8 losses, and had 7 draws worth 65 points, and they finished as the 4th place team. That was their 6th consecutive season in a row that they have finished as a top 5 team or better. At the moment, the team has been in the top-tier league since the 2016-2017 campaign, so I believe that they will have another fantastic season again this year and will be a top 5 team in the new season.
In third place, Borussia Dortmund.
Last season wasn't as good as the prior campaigns, and we saw their streak of 5 consecutive top 3 finishes end last year. During that season, their record was 18 wins, 7 losses, and had 9 draws worth 63 points, and they finished in 5th place. Even though that season was still pretty great overall, it was their worst campaign since the 2014-2015 season where they finished in 7th. Now with the new season, I suspect that they are going to have a better campaign and should be one of the top teams in the league.
Who's going to win the Bundesliga championship? Is it going to be Bayern Munich or Bayern Leverkusen? And my pick for second place is Bayern Munich.
Bayern Munich had a disappointing season last year by not winning the Bundesliga championship, and that ended their streak of 11 consecutive championships in a row. Last season, their record was 23 wins, 8 losses, and had 3 draws worth 72 points, and they finished as the 3rd place team. In team history, the club has won the most Bundesliga championships in league history. For this season, I suspect that Bayern Munich will be one of the top teams to win the championship this year.
In first place, the champion of the Bundesliga, Bayern Leverkusen.
They had their best ever season in club history last year by winning their first ever Bundesliga championship. Bayer Leverkusen became the first Bundesliga team to finish a season unbeaten, ending the campaign with a record of 28 wins and 6 draws worth 90 points. They have one of the best overall rosters for the upcoming new season, so I absolutely believe that they will be the Bundesliga champions again for the 2nd consecutive season in a row.
So those are my predictions for the Bundesliga this season. Who do you think will win the championship this year? Let me know down in the comments section. If you're new, please consider subscribing and also hit that notification bell. And if you love sports, this is definitely the place for you. And also share this video with more sports fans. For more football videos, please click up here. And thank you so much for watching. My name is Nathan. I'll see you guys all next time. Just keep loving sports.